with the playing of our national anthem.
Oklahoma wrestling fans, we are live inside of the Tuttle High School Gymnasium, where the Guthrie Bluejays are taking on
Reno versus Guthrie. Junior high will wrestle on the red mat. High school will wrestle on a black mat.
So the high school
We've got 3 exhibitions on the black mat to get started first, and then we'll get into the duel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try this again. We are live inside the Tuttle High School Gymnasium, where the Guthrie Bluejays are in town, along with Reno. As we get this duel kicked off tonight inside what's going to be a fun night of wrestling. So the Bluejays are currently in the all blue. You can see down here Isla Mae Smith wrestling against Reno. Not sure who the other girl is. They did not give us a list of the girl wrestlers on either team. So high school is going to be wrestling on the black mat here. There is a red mat on the other end where the junior high is going to be wrestling. Not sure how this is going to go down exactly, so we're just going to try to keep up with the pace. They got us up here at the top of the bleachers tonight. Normally we are down low. We got a good little setup here, so we'll try to keep you folks entertained. So this will be a tri-duel, meaning that there are 3 schools here wrestling tonight. That would be Tuttle, Reno, and Guthrie. And these 3 teams are going to all wrestle each other head-to-head at different times. So first is going to be Reno versus Guthrie, and then we will go from Guthrie versus Tuttle. And then at the end of the night, Tuttle is going to wrestle Reno, and it will go in that order. These 2 girls hand fighting hard here, digging for inside ties. Guthrie has inside ties on the right side. Got the inside collar tie and wrist control. That's where she wants to be. And Tuttle's just hanging down now here on the overtide. Big snap down there by Reno. As she snapped down and goes behind. Very hard snap with her hands. We continue to have technical difficulties here with our cameras. I'm going to check out momentarily, and you'll be able to check it out on this camera. It's a little bit far away, but we'll try to get the other camera hooked back up, and we'll be back shortly. All right, nothing like technical difficulties to start the duel off, but we'll do our best to keep on air now as we are in action here. High school boys wrestling as Joel Landry for the Bluejays is on top, and Rhett Hardy for Reno is on bottom after that takedown. And Joel Landry up 3-0 as he's trying for this roll through tilt. He's got the barm secured. He's got his head tucked. trying to use that momentum and use his hips to roll him over, but not able to. Hardy does a good job staying secure on bottom. He's got his knees wide. He's able to get his arm back. Joel Landry with the ankle trying to follow. Hardy gets to his feet now, and Landry comes down with that single leg. He's going to try to elevate it or cut through to a double. He's got to bring him back down to the mat. As Hardy's got that whizzer, he's squared up. He's almost out for one. Good job here, Joel Landry, trying to keep on that ankle. And Hardy now grabs that far ankle, nearly has a reversal. And there's a headlock by Joel Landry in a crazy position here. As he picks up near fall, that's going to be 3 more points for Joel Landry of Guthrie. As Red Hardy almost got out, he scrambled himself behind, catches the ankle, gets all the way down that crab position, and nearly had a reversal. And Joel Landry wisely reached down and grabbed his head and caught him in that little headlock with an ankle. Got the headlock. Choice goes to, I believe that choice was El Reno, and now El Reno is going to choose neutral, and we'll go back to action on our feet here as Joel Landry now gets a single leg here to the left side, trying to pull it in. He's got it hooked, but he doesn't have it locked. And Hardy able to block that inside thigh and keep his leg straight. Did a good job there. Now with the overhook. And a pass by there for Landry. Trying for a little head and ankle pick there. Able to miss there. And Hardy, nice little fake. We come down to 1 minute and 23 seconds in the second period here. Joel Landry of Guthrie up 6-0. As they wrestle out of bounds. And they'll get reset here. Landry tries to shoot on a whistle, misses. Now back in the inside collar ties. Hardy did a good job blocking with his head. Now Landry's got the far ankle. Try to cut the corner, but Hardy's got that inside leg. And now he's turning that into a fireman's. He's got the arm pulled down, so he's got the elbow on the far side. And he was trying a fireman's, wasn't able to get that short carry. Landry was able to keep a hold of the ankle as he continues to circle. But notice how on the left side, Hardy's got that arm clamped down. He's got elbow control. Makes it hard for Joel Landry to get behind, but eventually, Joel patient enough to make that happen, and he picks up 3 more points. That's going to put him up 9-0 as we've got about 30 seconds left to go in the second period. There's an escape for Red Hardy. That's going to earn him a point. Joel Landry up 8 still here with 20 seconds to go. Under-over position here as they clear out of that and get back to work with with wrist control. Landry with just a basic arm drag. He arm drags and gets behind for 3 right at the whistle here. There's 5 seconds left to go. He's really, really high. He's going to try to hang on here to finish out the period. And choice now goes to El Reno. So the choice in the second period went to Guthrie, and Joel Landry picked neutral. And now choice goes to El Reno. Looks like they're going to pick top. Hardy has not had luck on bottom. Gave up a near fall, has not had luck on his feet. He gave up a couple of takedowns, so it looks like they're going to put him on top to see if they can get a score here or possibly a pin as he's down by 11 points. And Joel Landry is in bonus territory. And Coach Davenport told him he wants an escape and a couple takedowns so he can get a tech fall here. So he's going to be looking for that. Red Hardy's going to be looking to keep him down and possibly catch him scrambling, get him to his back. He about caught that short carry a while back, so there's a chance he could get something crafty here. He's got a side headlock, little Merkle position with that inside leg trapped. He's turning that into a half. Now there's a spladle. He's got a spladle on the far side. And Landry able to straighten that leg out and stay out of trouble. And Red Hardy is really, really high here, but he's also locked in with that leg. He's got that left leg inside, so it's kind of trapping Landry from being able to do anything as far as scoring goes. Now, Rhett's not able to score here, but it's sort of trapping Joel Landry from being able to get out. And now he goes back for that spladle. Landry does a good job just bailing out and straightening that leg. Now Landry catches him high, but Hardy able to stay higher. He's got a half on the far side. He's got a shallow leg on the top top left. He's got a half on the far side. He's got it in deep. And Joel Landry trying to fish his way out the back door with 35 seconds left to go in this match. Landry's got to stay off his back. He doesn't want to be there because Red Hardy's only chance to win here is with the fall. He's got to pin him. He's not going to have enough time to win with near fall. He's going to have to pin him. So look for him to get aggressive here on top. He's riding that leg, pulling for a half, trying to get those arms. He's not able to make much happen here with about 15 seconds left to go. Joel Landry up 12-1. If he secures this in the next 10 seconds, he's going to have a major decision win for the Blue Jays. As time runs out now with 3, 2, and 1. Joel Landry to his feet, able to hold on to that major decision victory. That's Joel Landry, 4 points for the Blue Jays as they kick this duel off with a win at 106 pounds. Second duel of this high school matchup is going to be at 120 pounds. El Reno is open at 113 pounds, so 6 points are going to go to the Blue Jays automatically for that forfeit. And now Sawyer Baker is going to be wrestling for El Reno. And it looks to me like Uriah Sisk for the Blue Jays is out there now at 120 pounds. Now Sisk trying to hustle around behind and pick up a takedown here, and he gets 3. Sawyer Baker now on bottom trying to get based up. Uriah Sisk doing a good job just pushing forward. And now Baker on his feet trying to get hand control to get peeled out as Sisk is trying to keep him pushed out of bounds. Sisk just needing to get out of bounds here, but Baker doing a good job keeping his hands in. He's circling in and on the edge of the mat, able to circle out and get a point for an escape. As he does a good job here. Sisk with the bar arm here on his left side. Going to try that roll through tilt. Catches it. But Baker able to roll through with it and build that momentum and not get trapped on his back. So no near fall awarded. And here goes Sisk again. And now he's rolled through and able to catch him, load him up on his hips. He did get a 3 count. Referee's holding up 3. Those points will not be awarded until Sisk lets go of the hold. And he just does there. 3 points awarded to Uriah Sisk. And again, we talk about it, you cannot score twice with the same move. So as long as you're holding on to the move, you can continue to score with it. So if you got 3 near fall, you can keep the move, try to roll him up and get a 4 count, something like that. But you can't continue, you can't hold the move, get 4 points, hold the move, score 4 points. Yeah, if you hold the move, you have to let go of it, get your 4 points, and then hook it back up. So that's why the referees hold the near fall and they wait, and if you let go of the move, then they build it back up. Uriah Sisk here from Blue Jays on bottom, hits a little switch here, a little rolling switch, and catches Baker on his back. No near fall, but he does get the reversal. And that's going to be 2 more points for Uriah Sisk of the Blue Jays, as now he is trying here for inside cradle. He's got his head drove in as he works himself out of bounds. Now remember, Baker was able to get to his feet and get out in that first period. And now here in the second, it's been all Uriah Sisk, was able to get the reversal. Gets right on that cradle, didn't score. As they go out of bounds here, we get reset. And we're back to action with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in this second period. Uriah Sisk of the Blue Jays up 11-1. Sisk on top here with a cradle on the far side. He's got it locked up, and he's getting near fall. Looks like he got 3 more. It's going to put him up 14-1. One more turn, he'll have a tech fall. And that's really going to bump Guthrie up on that score. Runs that chicken wing to the head. And that's going to be potentially dangerous. Nothing illegal, but there was a potential for danger there, meaning that the athlete on the bottom, so Sawyer Baker's arm was just in a situation where there was potential for injury, and the referee's #1 responsibility is to protect the athletes. And so he stops that match before anybody gets hurt. Uriah Sisk goes back on top. 25 seconds left to go. Sawyer Baker on bottom. Really struggling here. There's the roll through, trying to get that little somersault, using his hips and his legs, his long leverage. Try to wield him over. Wasn't able to that time. And there's a crotch through tilt. Really trying hard here to score this last set of points. Going for the inside cradle again. Baker now gets to his quad pod. But Sisk not able to score here to finish out the second period. So we will go into the third. Choice goes to El Reno. And Sawyer Baker's going to choose neutral. And if Uriah Sisk is able to get a takedown here, it will be a technical fall, but a nice arm drag there. Just a Hossman arm drag by Baker, and he drops down on the leg now, and he's got Uriah Sisk in all kinds of trouble here on this mat. Sisk just hanging on, trying not to get taken down. Baker just has to climb out now. Look at this, Uriah Sisk is climbing on top with his legs like Spider-Man, and he gets on top and gets the takedown, and that's going to be 3 points. That's going to be a 15-point lead. That's a technical fall, and that's going to be 5 team points for the Blue Jays. As we are going to get forfeits at 126, 132, 138, and we will bump all the way up to 144 pounds for the next match that will be wrestled, but not before we get. So I'm actually looking here at trying to figure out which wrestlers here are which. But it looks like we're going to have forfeits all the way up to 144 pounds. Going to see who Guthrie brings out here at 144. I would assume we're going to be wrestling Thomas Jairus. But it looks to me like we've got Aiden Harden coming out to take a forfeit. I believe at 38. And Diesel Baker now. Here we go, all the way up to 144. Team score is going to climb here for Guthrie as they had 2 tech falls and then a bunch of forfeits. Were all 6 points for the forfeits. The tech falls were 5 points for the team. All the way up to 27-0 now as the Blue Jays over the Lions. And now we get to action. Thomas Jairus of Guthrie in the blue, the light blue. And Diesel Baker is in the blue and white, blue bottom, top white. As these two guys start to hand fight hard and get after it. Nice high C here by Baker. Turns that high C into a fireman's little short carry dump. Now he's swimming for the head, trying to get near fall off that takedown. He gets the 3 for the takedown. He's got that leg split, making it hard for Jairus to get back to his belly. And Jairus able to keep from getting turned, but he did get taken down. So Diesel Baker out to a lead here, 3-0 in this first minute of this first period. Wrestling here on the edge of the mat. Jairus trying to base up, doing a good job. Trying to base up, he's done all this work. Now he's trying to stay in bounds while up. As Diesel Baker's trying to get Jairus out of bounds. Jairus to his base, he's trying to get to his feet and stay in bounds at the same time, but not able to do that. As right on the edge, he gets taken out to his back. Baker not able to score any points as they get out of bounds. Referee blows the whistle, and we are back to action in the center of the mat. 43 seconds to go in the first period. Diesel Baker of El Reno on top of Thomas Jairus of Guthrie's. False start here by Diesel Baker is a caution. You get 2 cautions before it costs you any points. He just started a little bit early. No harm, no foul. Big barm chop there on the whistle. Now he's pulled back that chicken wing. And Thomas Jairus now, he's got his shoulder pinned down. Not a good spot here for Jairus. Once that front lead shoulder gets pinned down, that chicken wing works good, and that's what happened here. Baker's got this tight. He's got the forearm caught, but Jairus able to get his arm up, so he doesn't have it caught anymore. Baker's trying to settle in. Jairus trying to fight off his back and forth, but caught tight here in a rough spot. Not a good spot for Jairus, but Diesel Baker working hard here to get the fall for his team. Trying to get some points on the board as they're down by 27. And we're getting close here to into this first period. And Thomas Jairus fights hard to keep from getting pinned. But that's going to put him down 4 more points for the near fall. So Diesel Baker of El Reno up 7-0. His choice, he picks bottom. As these guys get back to work here. Second period, there's another caution. And I do think at the mat to our right, that right mat, there's another match going on over there with the junior high. And I think that the false starts have to do with the whistles going on over there. So there's a nice little Peterson roll here by Diesel Baker. Hit it just a little sit out, turn in, caught the arm and the leg. Kind of a textbook Peterson roll. And catches 2 for the reversal, 4 for the near fall. That puts him up 13-0. And Thomas Jairus here on bottom struggling to get something going. As his arms are trapped up here, Baker's got inside bar arm on the left side tight and hard. He's driving it hard. Jairus posting up on that right side, trying to keep that outside posted up and keep that shoulder off. But now there's a stack half on the back side, and Jairus gets stacked up on an outside half stack. He's in all kinds of trouble here. This is tight. And Diesel Baker's going to definitely pick up 4 for the near fall and get the tech fall if Jairus doesn't get pinned. So either way, this match will be over. Baker's trying to get the pin, and Jairus in all kinds of trouble. And that's going to be 6 points for El Reno, and that's a pin for Diesel Baker. Next match here is 150 pounds. Not sure who Guthrie is sending out here. Caleb Farr for Guthrie here trying to fight off this cradle off his back. He's in all kinds of trouble. As Diesel Baker just wrestled. They're not announcing names, so it's making me. Hunter Myers picks up the fall there for the Lions of El Reno over Caleb Farr of Guthrie. Sorry I didn't catch up to that, trying to figure out who was out there wrestling. We're bumping up here to 157 pounds. As Guthrie's Colton Stevens is going to be wrestling against Kyson Pennell. Stevens right in on that shot. Transitions nicely to that back control. Lift and return. And that's going to be 3 points for Colton Stevens as he gets to work on top. Colton been wrestling so good this year. Had a good showing at Cushing this past weekend. I believe he had 3 or 4 wins at one of the toughest tournaments so far this year. Now he's got a nice cradle here on the outside. He's going to pick up 4 near fall, but it looks like he's going to try to get the pin here. As Pinnell able to get back to his belly. Colton Stevens is going to get 4 if he breaks that lock. As he does, he's up 7-0 now. He's got a cross face on the far side. Looks like he's going to go underneath here and try to run around the front for that barbed wire. Hard to score there. So he transitions back to a cradle where he scored just moments ago. And Pinnell able to peel the hand and get it off. Not able to get off bottom, but he's stuck down there as Colton Stevens gets right back on that crossface, right back on that cradle, utilizing that length well. And a lot of hip pressure here by Colton Stevens. You can see him pushing down the hips of Pinnell with his hips. And doing a good job here on top. He's got a leg in now on the right side. I don't know if he wants it in, but it's in. And he gets it back out, gets right back to work, just draping over the front there with that crossface. And Pinnell now trying to get to his feet as they circle back towards the center. They're out of bounds, but close to the center. And there's a cradle on the top. He snagged it. And now he's got his knee on the side. Can't tell how close he is to the fall, but I don't think he's close. You can see his left arm was up. That means his shoulder was up. That's 4 more points for Colton Stevens on the near fall. That puts him up 11-0 with 8 seconds left to go in this first period. It's been all Colton Stevens so far, takedown, and then 3 separate turns. And now he's going to hang on here on top to finish out the first period. Current dual score. Bluejays 27, Indians 12. Choice goes to Guthrie. Colton Stevens goes bottom. Quick stand up on the whistle. Now he's got hand control. Going to keep peeling those hands and trying to slowly get away as he gets an extra point there for the escape. Now Pinnell tries to shoot. Reshot here, Colton Stevens. Nice high C on the right side. And that's going to be 3 points for Colton. And that's going to be a tech fall. And 5 more points for the Blue Jays at 157 pounds. Moving on up to 165. It's Cade Carey for the Blue Jays. It's going to be wrestling George Stewart of El Reno. And we're back to action here at 165 pounds. Cade Carey saw himself in the finals yet again. He's been to 2 tournaments this season, so 3 tournaments this far this season. He's been in the finals of every one, I do believe. I know for sure the first one and the last one, but perhaps he won the Duncan tournament. I don't know. He's been on a tear all season so far. Easy takedown there for for Cade. Past weekend took 2nd at that Cushing tournament. He's just been on a tear this season. His junior campaign has been fun to watch as he gets a 2nd takedown there. As George Stewart now trying to figure out a way to slow down this tornado. A nice little misdirection, and that's going to be a takedown. Referee stopped. Worried about a hyperextended knee. That misdirection Stewart didn't see coming. Hit that knee pretty hard. He gave the takedown and then stopped the match just to check and make sure he's okay. Should be 9-2. 9-2 is the score here. As Stewart now gets a 3rd escape. Carrying out the underhook on the right side. Nice little high C off that underhook. As they wrestle the edge, Carey had to let that go so they didn't get out of bounds. I see on the other side now. This time, Carey able to turn him into the mat. He's got the whole mat in front of him now to finish this shot as he's trying to run the pipe. Going up for the body lock. He misses that. And Stewart now starting to have a little bit of luck here on the defense. That's the third shot in a row he stopped, but really doesn't have any offense yet. We're down to 44 seconds. There's a high C to a underhook to a high C. Nice job, Cade Carey. Picks up his fourth takedown of the match. It's going to put him up 12-3. And George Stewart now on bottom. Trying to stay long as Carey's trying to get that cradle on the far side. Now he switches off to the barbed wire, back to the cradle. We get down under 20 seconds. Carey's going to try to ride this one out, maybe try to score on top if he can. And Stewart stuck down here on bottom. As we finish out this first period, Cade Carey up 12-3 over George Stewart. Cade Carey wrestling for the Bluejays in the all blue. And George Stewart of El Reno. The Lions are in the navy blue bottom and white tops. Choice goes to Carey. He's going to go bottom. George Stewart here on top. Carey gets straight to his quad pod, works straight to his feet, and gets the escape. It's going to earn him another point. It's going to be 13-3, up by 10 now. From a heavy collar tie snap down. Looks like he's going to go for this snake. Little cow catcher position. Not able to score with it, so he goes back to the snap down. Just a hustle around behind. He's trying to lock up that cradle on the way around. Got the head in the hole, got the head in the side, trying to lock the hands. He's got the lock. He's got it locked. Still no points awarded yet. I don't know why he doesn't have any points awarded yet, but he does not. He's got it locked. And now George Stewart's trying to grab that leg. Cade Carey's just trying to figure out how to score here. He goes back the other way, trying to knock him over. Can't get around behind because he'll run out of bounds. He's got it locked still. There's the 3 points for the takedown. And now he's getting near fall off of that. And that's going to be a tech fall for Cade Carey of Guthrie. And that's going to be 5 more points for the Bluejays of Guthrie. We're going to move on up to 175 pounds. Levi Dennis of Guthrie going to be taking on Cale LaFoe of El Reno. Guys fighting hard here for wrists. Now the inside tie by LaFoe. LaFoe controlling those inside ties for now. Dennis trying to get the over ties. Dennis, the freshman out of Guthrie, has had a great season so far. Got called up to Guthrie at the Duncan duel. Got called up to varsity at the Duncan duel. Shoots in on a nice double leg here, but gets stuffed. LaFoe's able to keep him off. They start wrestling out of bounds. And now, coming up with a double leg, Levi Dennis has got the big power double, picks him up, drops him down, and that's 3 points for Guthrie. He guts that out, finds a way to get around, and then gets that thing picked up off the mat, gets 3. But LaFoe gets right out and earns a 1. Current score 3-1. Levi Dennis of Guthrie in the lead. In on a single leg this time. The high C on the outside. Got stuffed down pretty hard here. LaFoe's getting long. He's got to keep his leg back. Dennis has got to try to build up and not let him get around behind. He's got to stay on his knees. LaFoe nearly behind, but can't get his leg clear. Levi Dennis hanging on tight with that right arm. Changes directions and dumps him down into a crackdown. Levi Dennis now back in control. Gets the 3 points for the takedown at the end of the period. LaFoe able to throw him off. And Levi Dennis hanging in there with that right arm. Able to secure the takedown at the end of the first period. That's going to put him up 6-1. And Levi Dennis wrestling well here tonight. Choice goes to Guthrie. Levi Dennis goes bottom. Now stuck down here on his belly. Not a position he wants to be in if he can help it. Half on the far top side. Dennis able to stop that. Now LaFoe on top trying to get the cradle, misses that. There's the cradle on the far side trying, but Dennis now getting to his feet. He's got this quad pod, but there's a cradle on the far side locked up. Dennis able to stay straight and break the hands. And now he's got a leg in, but he's high. Look for Levi Dennis to try to set him down on his hip. LaFoe's really, really high on that leg, and his hip is almost falling down on his own. Only thing keeping him up is that half on the far side. And now he goes back for the cradle, trying to get that cradle locked up. Wasn't able to do so. Dennis able to get the leg out. And now LaFoe trying to score on top. Levi Dennis just down on bottom, stuck with the cradle. LaFoe trying to force this. He's got his hands locked and able to get out now to his feet. To his feet with a big crossface. Levi Dennis gets thrown back down to the mat as Cal LaFoe on top still. With 25 seconds left to go in this second period. Levi Dennis chose bottom, hoping to get an escape or some type of reversal, but has not been able to do so. As LaFoe now with 10 seconds left to go is high. He's about to fall off the top. Levi Dennis nearly out, but dragged back down to the mat with 5 seconds left to go. And now LaFoe's got that leg in. Dennis not sure what to do with, stuck on bottom. Still up 6-1. Levi Dennis and Guthrie over Cal LaFoe so far as we go into the third period. Choice goes to the Lions. Cal LaFoe goes bottom. Levi Dennis and Guthrie on top as we start this third period, and we're back to action here. Bar arm. Tried to stack him up, not able to do so. Dennis's leg trapped now underneath on the outside. Trying to hang on to this half just so he doesn't fall forward. But LaFoe's able to pull the arm down in a type of short carry position. They're going to let him go. And back to a reversal for Levi Dennis. As he gets back on top now, 8-3. With a minute to go, Cal LaFoe has got to try to get up on bottom here and make something happen. Levi Dennis going to work on top now. He's got a bar arm. Trying to get this half on the far side. He's got it. He's got it on the left side now. And now Levi Dennis rolls him over for the pin here. He's got this tight. He's got a good half. He's got the inside arm. He's got this locked down. And that's a pin for Levi Dennis of the Blue Jays. That's going to be 6 more points on the board for Guthrie. As Guthrie bumps up to 190 pounds. Rowan McComb of Guthrie is going to be taken on Whaley Towns Marquez. Marquez of the Indians in El Reno. McComb with a big underhook here on the left side. It's a nice little high C dump here. Reaches for the head, he swims for it, catches the cradle on the inside. McComb's got him in all kinds of trouble here as he sprawls out. Gets the pin, that's 6 more points for the Blue Jays. As they increase that lead now, 49-12. As we move up to 215 pounds, there will be a forfeit as Guthrie does not have a 215-pounder. And we're going to get all the way up to heavyweight. Sir William Morgan of the Blue Jays is going to be taking on Nicholas Mitchum for the Indians of El Reno. Current dual score 49-18. The Blue Jays are going to be victorious tonight against El Reno, but not before we get to watch this heavyweight matchup here. Sir William Morgan and the all blue with the white trim, and Nicholas Mitchum for the Indians in the navy bottom, white top, red shoes for Mitchum. As these big boys fighting hard for this inside control. You see him digging those inside ties. They dig those inside ties. If you have the inside tie, it makes it harder to shoot into a leg because you're basically blocking it out. These guys will fight for it, but there's a big time snatch single for Sir William Morgan. And that's going to be 3 points for the Blue Jays. On the board as he gets to work on top. Mitchum doing a good job here staying on his knees and his hands. Does not want to get bellied out. Hard to get up when you're on your belly. Hard to move, and Mitchum does a good job moving. Little post sit out there. Gets himself out of bounds. If he stays on his knees and hands, he's able to move. He gets a chance to make something happen. If he gets bellied out, it's going to be hard to get based up. It's going to be hard to get out. But Sir Will, on the other hand, going to try to break him down to his belly, because from there he can score near fall or possibly get a pin. And it's a battle for position here as Sir Will wins that battle and bases down Nicholas Mitchum. Mitchum able to get back to his knees. Sir Will chopping that arm now hard on top. Was able to break him down the last time. He had the ankle trap and was able to pull the ankle and the arm. Mitchum doing a good job staying solid. And Sir Will chops that arm down. Mitchum able to turn in and go again. We're down to the end of the first period. Sir William Morgan of Guthrie ahead of Nicholas Mitchum of El Reno. Choice goes to Guthrie. Sir William goes bottom. And we're back to action here in the second. Mitchum hanging on tight here on the side, falls to his hips. Sir Will's got him in trouble. Oh, but now he's trying to suck him back here to the snapback. Sir Will's got to continue to go, and now he's on his back, and Mitchum's got it stuck back tight. This is tight here. Williams trying to fight up off his back, and that's going to be a pin. And just like that, Nicholas Mitchum able to suck him back and pick up the fall. That's going to be 6 points for the Indians in El Reno. And that's going to finish this duel out. The Blue Jays are victorious 49-24. And tonight's duel for the Blue Jays goes their way. And as we work ourselves over, we'll see what's going on over here on the red mat with the junior high. Not sure exactly who we've got wrestling on either team. Current score over there, not sure what the score is. I believe it's 0-4, so Tuttle is ahead 4-0 here over on the red mat. So we swap out some camera guys. We'll try to keep up with what's going on over there until the high school starts over. High school should be picking up in about 10 minutes or so. Not sure how that's going to go. So it looks like there's 30 seconds to go in the second period of this match, this junior high matchup. Tuttle's on top, ahead 7-0. And going to work. Can't tell exactly who the Guthrie wrestler is, guys. I'm up in the nosebleed section, so it's hard for me to see. We'll try to get zoomed in there and see if we can't catch a look and see which Guthrie wrestler's wrestling. Not sure I'm going to be able to tell who the Tuttle wrestler is because I don't have their sheet. That's going to be a fall for Tuttle. They're going to pick up 6 more points for the junior high. I believe that was Zane Seifert, if I'm guessing.
When he captains to the second match, please, on the high school match.
We'll get set up here for this Tuttle duel shortly. As their captains are getting ready, we'll get some graphics ready as well.
Next up on the high school match will be Guthrie and Tuttle. We're going to start at 113 pounds.
Looks like we're going to go back over to the high school match. They said we're going to start at 113 pounds. 106-pound match will be a forfeit. Looks like Joel Landry.
On the high school match.
So it looks like Joel Landry okay, so Uriah Sisk of Guthrie at 113 pounds is going to be kicking this thing off. He's going to be taking on Tuttle's. Brooks Wood. That's going to be 3 points for the takedown. Potentially Dangerous is going to stop that match with 1 minute and 25 seconds left to go. And they get reset here. Uriah Sisk on the sit out. Trying to get the cut back, not quite. As Wood now gets a little high. He escaped. That's going to be a point for Sisk. Wood now in on a double leg. He's in deep here. And Sisk able to push those hips away, trying to get himself out of bounds. Trying to keep him off. Pulling these hands down. And Wood able to circle around and cut the corner. Not able to score. As we go back to the center. Sisk trying to catch a single on the outside. He's got that locked hands, and he's trying to cut the corner and come all the way around. But Brooks Woods got that crotch locked on the inside and not letting that go. Trying to finish his takedown. Sisk is trying to step over now. Doing what he needs to do. He stepped over. He's got to get his head to pop out now. He's got to get that leg long. He's got to get his head out. Wood trying to keep his knees tight to Sisk. Trying to get that stalemate if he can. We're down to 4 seconds. Looks like we're going to finish the match here. Or, I'm sorry, finish the period here. Uriah Sisk nearly comes out with the takedown. They go out of bounds. Now Uriah Sisk on his back. Giving him near fall here. Not in a good way. Trying to get off his back. He's not quite. He's got his inside arm. He's trying to work it out. Wood trying to suck him down, but Uriah's got his arm in between, which is where it needs to be. As he's pulling that arm back down. Does a good job fighting off. He gives up 4 near fall, but does not give up the pin. Trying to work himself back to his base now as Wood is getting to action on top. 7-1 so far. Brooks Wood of Tuttle on top of Uriah Sisk in the second period. 26 seconds to go. And now Sisk trying to get to that quad pod and work his way up. Wood doing a good job on top. Just hammering. He's staying behind those arms. Looks like he's trying for a tilt, maybe a cradle here. He's got the outside ankle. We're down under 5 seconds now as the towel tap comes out. Looks like we're going to finish up the second period of the match. 7-1, Brooks Wood of Tuttle in the red over Uriah Sisk of Guthrie, who is in the blue. Sis got that. He's got that chicken wing on the backside. He's scored here in other matches. We've seen him run this and be successful. Had it locked up, had the seatbelt, had it. He lost it, but he's still got the chicken wing. He lost the seatbelt grip, but he's got that chicken wing. Trying to run it, but not able to score with it. And able to get a reversal out of that is Brooks Wood now back on top. That's 2 more points for Wood. Uriah about had him turned over in that chicken wing. Was not able to get it. And now finds himself back on bottom with 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go. Wood now he hooks that leg and he just hangs off the side there. Making it hard for Sis to do much. Can't really get away. He's kind of stuck underneath on bottom. He just hangs off the side there, hooking that outside leg. Stays up in the saddle there, kind of hip to hip. Sis trying to get to that quad pod. He's there. He's got to keep trying to go back. But Brooks Wood doing a good job staying forward, keeping that pressure up front. Uriah stuck on bottom with 25 seconds left to go, down 9-1. The match ends up this way. It's going to be a bonus win for Tuttle, which would mean they get 4 team points. And it looks like that's where we're going to end up here with 5 seconds left to go. Tuttle Tigers out on top in this duel. And that's going to be 4 more points for Tuttle with the win at 113 pounds. Guthrie's got a forfeit at 120 pounds. As we move on up to 126 pounds, Aiden Smith of Guthrie. It's going to be taken on Devin McCarty. Of Tuttle. Look for an elbow pass from here from McCarty. He's got a strong grip on that over tie of Aiden Smith. A lot of motion here by McCarty. Smith, though, doing a good job keeping those inside ties. He's got a heavy collar tie as well, but McCarty might pass that by. That's right there, he passed it and catches that far leg. He passed the right arm and shot to the left. Able to come up with a single leg and a takedown. As Devin McCarty goes up 3-0 to start off this 126-pound match. Smith now on bottom, get into his quad pod. McCarty hanging off to the side there hard. He's got a mean spiral right out here to the side. He's got his right arm hooks deep in the thigh. Gives him a good handle to just lean out to the side and hang on a drive. That puts all the weight out on Smith's hands, and it makes it where he can't stand up. He's pushing back, but he can't get up. All that weight gets out on his hands off that spiral. Tight waist here now on that far side. Smith trying to stay on his base, but we're down to 20 seconds. And he's just stuck here on bottom from the pressure. He got to his hands. Able to get to his feet, drops right to the single leg. McCarty now has the single leg secured, trying to come up with it. Hard's just got to try to get out. Aiden Smith's got to try to get away here and get an escape with 5 seconds left to go. They go out of bounds, and that's going to be no score for Aiden Smith. Devin McCarty still on top. With 5 seconds to go to finish out this first period. Tries the Peterson roll to get out. Tries the Granby roll to get out. Not able to make that happen. And now we go to second period. Choice goes to Tuttle. Tigers put McCarty down. We get back to action here Second period, Aiden Smith of Guthrie in the blue on top. Devin McCarty of Tuttle on bottom. McCarty reached back, tried to do a little switch there. As Smith was driving hard on those hips. No change, but McCarty's got hand control on that far side, or he had it. Smith hanging off to the side here. McCarty hits a knee slide, pops up to his feet. Getting hand control now. Smith's got to try to drop down. Tried to, but lost the battle because of hand control. He dropped down to lock that leg, but Devin McCarty had his hands, and he wasn't able to lock around that leg. And now McCarty shoots back in on a single leg. Right side single. Runs the pipe, knocks him down to his hip. And that's going to be 3 more points for Devin McCarty of Tuttle. And that's going to put him up 7-0 over Aiden Smith, who's now stuck on bottom with about a minute of wrestling left to go in the second period. He spent a significant amount of time on bottom in the first as well, and nearly got out a couple of times, but never quite got the escape. And now he's stuck again underneath. It's a little high here. He's got his left leg in, but it's not doing much other than hanging him up. Smith not able to really capitalize on it because he's broke all the way down. Inside bar arm now gets him bellied out, get him squared out. Now he's going for the half on the left side. Right side, I guess, my left. He's got a half on the far side. He's got a leg. This is trouble for Aiden Smith, but it looks like we're going to run out of time with the conclusion of the second period. Devin McCarty is up 7-0 over Aiden Smith of Guthrie. Choice goes to Guthrie. And he goes bottom. McCarty and Tuttle back on top. McCarty scored with 2 takedowns. 3 points apiece is 6. The other point came from the escape. The rest of the match has been spent here with Devin McCarty of Tuttle on top. Aiden Smith battling on bottom. First period, second period, now third period. It's kind of been the story of the night. And there's a little outside stack there by McCarty, and now Aiden Smith is on bottom in all kinds of trouble with 1 minute and 19 seconds left to go. McCarty's looking for the fall here. Not a good sign, as Tuttle picks up 6 more team points. 126 pounds. As we move on to 132 pounds. Amari Watson for the Blue Jays at 132. We're going to call him Brylan Slover. Not sure who the wrestler is from Tuttle. 2 kids weighed in here, so we're just picking the one off the top of the list, so I apologize if I've got it wrong. But Brian Slover of Tuttle, Amari Watson of Guthrie. Amari Watson, football player for the Blue Jays, that playoff team. He's making his varsity debut today here in this tournament. It's his first season of wrestling. We got to watch him wrestle at the blue and white duel. Have not seen him wrestle since. And Slover here of Tuttle with a nice no-handed duck. Picks up 3 for the takedown. He lets Amari Watson go. He gets back to work. Amari clamps down on that head, trying to slow it down. Now he's got the head. There's a Russian tie for Slover. Turns that into a single leg and gets the finish. That's 3 more points for Slover. As he gets back out front here. Escape for Amari Watson here. As he blocks and sprawls, nearly gets behind. Slover able to slip out. And now Slover just hustles around behind and picks up 3 more. Locks up a cradle on the far side, rolls through on a suicide cradle, picks up 3 more near fall right here at the end of this first period. And that's going to put him up 12-2 over Amari Watson. Choice goes to Tuttle, and Brylan Slover chooses bottom. Amari Watson of Guthrie on top. As they work on the score here. We're back to action in the second period. Slover gets right to his feet. Gets taken back down, but then pops right back up. Amari Watson trying to hang on here. He's got this leg. Watson gets warned for stalling there. Just hanging on, not trying to return. No points yet, but if he gets warned for stalling again, he'll lose a point. Slover trying to score here on the edge. Amari Watson trying to work himself back in bounds. Tricky position, because if Slover attacks, Watson goes out of bounds. He doesn't get anything for it, so certain attacks work on the edge, and there's that same duck under we saw early on. That's 3 points for Slover. And that puts him up 16 points to 2 over Amari Watson. Minute 7 left to go in the second. Brian Slover of Tuttle on top of Amari Watson of Guthrie. Gets to work here, goes right back to that cradle. We saw him score with that at the end of the first period, and he's jumping right back on that now. He's got it locked up. He rolled to his left last time. This time it looks like he's just trying to take it over and back. Just like that he goes. He's going to try to pick up the fall here if he can, and he does. And that is 6 more points for Tuttle at 132 pounds. Moving on to 138. For Guthrie, it's going to be Aiden Harden. Taking on Jackson Frederick of Tuttle. Shot here by Tuttle. Right in on the single leg. He picks up 3 points on the takedown early. As he lands in that Turk position, he's got that leg turked up, and he's trying to run it, basically elevate it, which twists the hips of the bottom guy, which then forces his shoulders to twist with the hips. That's where he got Aiden Harden over to his back, and Harden doing a good job just scrambling here to get off his back, but not before giving up 4 near fall. It's going to put Jackson Frederick up 7-0. Trying to get another tilt here on the edge. Harden able to hang on. Wrestling here on the edge. As they go back to the center. 7-0. Tuttle's going to go ahead and choose neutral. That's going to leave earn Aiden Harden with a point as they go back on their feet with 42 seconds left to go. Little pick knee single there by Tuttle. tracks him down and gets in this crackdown position. Aiden Harden using that length, able to almost lock through the crotch all the way to that far leg. Just so long as Aiden Harden, hard to take down. Now here got put to his back on the takedown. Referee gave a swipe, but not two. You got to get 2 swipes to get near fall. So no near fall was awarded, just the takedown. And that puts Frederick up 10-1 as we conclude this first period at 138 pounds. Tuttle's Jackson Frederick up 10-1. Aiden Harden of the Blue Jays. Choice goes to Tuttle, and they go bottom. Aiden Harden on top for the Blue Jays. As we start the second period, Tuttle straight to his feet here. Harden trying to hang on here, needs to return him. Tries to get the lift, not able to get the lift. And Tuttle able to twist on top, and now he's got a half and an arm and a wrist. And Aiden Harden in all kinds of trouble here. As Tuttle picks up another pin, and that's 6 more points at 138 pounds. £144, Thomas Gyrus of Guthrie against Bodie Wilson, I'm sorry. Outside single to the left side here by Tuttle. In deep here, trying to elevate above that knee. Gyrus using that flexibility. Able to come out the back door there and get the 3 points. Gyrus on his feet though, trying to get the escape as he gets returned out of bounds. Gyrus back to the center of the mat. He's on bottom here. Got his arm caught up now. As Wilson's got the arm on the far side. He reaches down, picks up the ankle. Gyrus, though, doing a good job building to his base. And able to get up and get out. Inside ties here for Gyrus. Collar tie, inside tie. Tries to snap down. Tuttle heavy here with the overtime on the far side. Gyrus goes for a shot head block. Got the inside arm, going for the short carry, swims over the back, catches Gyrus on his back. And now Guthrie in all kinds of trouble here. As Bodie Wilson looking for the fall. And he gets it. And that is 6 more points for Tuttle. As we move on up to 150 pounds. Aiden Macy for the Blue Jays at 150 pounds. Garrett Lynn for Tuttle in on a big double leg here. And finishes for 3. Guthrie's Luke Lyons out of the lineup today. Got hurt this weekend. Got banged up. Not bad, nothing bad, but not able to wrestle tonight. Got hurt down in Cushing. got banged up a little bit. Coaches are setting him out tonight to give him a week off. And so the lineup does look a little different as guys have shifted around to try to fill up the slack. And that leaves a place for Aiden Macy of Guthrie to get some varsity time tonight. As he works to his feet here. Lynn now with the arm on the far side, barred up. Keeping Aiden Macy kind of stuck underneath here on bottom. 45 seconds left to go. Heavy return there. Now Macy doing a good job of straightening that bottom arm and getting that wrist back. He got the wrist back. He's back to his quad pod, back to his feet. Did a good job here. Just base building 101, did a good job. Now he's fighting hands, and now he's able to face and get the escape. Good job, Aiden Macy, working himself out of that situation. Now Garrett Lynch, outside single to the left side. Tried to dump him over for near fall. Doesn't quite have it, but he does have the 3 takedown. Just no near fall yet. He's got the chicken wing caught, though, on the top side. We run out of time in the first period. Garrett Lynn of Tuttle in the red. Currently leads 6-1 over Aiden Macy of Guthrie in the blue. Choice goes to Guthrie. They're going to put Aiden Macy on bottom. Garrett Lynn of Tuttle on top. Bars the arm on the whistle, has the seat belt. Look for him to try to get a tilt of some kind. He looks like he's digging in the chicken wing on the left side. Can't quite see from this angle. Macy able to get his arm out, though. He's got his quad pod. Back to his feet, peeling hands. Heavy return. Now there's a half on the far side. Barm and a half. No points yet, but Aiden Macy trying to fight off. He's pushing on that inside hip. But here comes the near fall. This is tight now. Settling in with 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go. Aiden Macy trying to fight off his back. Garrett Lynn just cinching that down slowly but surely. Oh, now he's got that far wrist. Not good for Aiden Macy. He lets it go, though. Now he crawls into full mount. Really trying hard to put down the right shoulder of Macy. Macy fighting hard here. Still got 1 minute to go. He fights the handoff. Still stuck down there, though. So he's working his way off of his base, and that's going to be 4 points for the near fall. Macy did a good job fighting off his back, but he gave up 4 more points in the process. Now Garrett Lynn goes back to work on top. He's got another half on the far side. Match kind of slowing down here in the second, with 30 seconds left to go. Garrett Lynn on top. Puts a leg in on the left side. Aiden Macy digs it out. He has his arm caught. That left arm of Aiden Macy just caught up by Garrett Lynn, who's just been relentless on that. He's catching that far wrist and not letting it go. It's that. He's got some type of a, looks like maybe a scooped inside Kansas ride there on the far side. And we finish the second period 10-1. Garrett Lynn of Tuttle over Aiden Macy of Guthrie. As we get set here for the third period, choice goes to Tuttle. They go bottom. Quick stand up by Garrett Lynn. Quick escape as well. It's going to earn him another point, up by 10. He's got a major decision as far as team points are concerned. Got an underhook on the left side. Transitions to a snap down, go behind, and that's 3 more points for Lynn of Tuttle, who's now up by 13. Gets right back on that wrist ride. Been riding that thing all night. Macy, to his credit, has been fighting off some heavy attacks, but just not quite able to score out of any of those. Garrett Lynn of Tuttle has been a handful. Minute to go. Third period. 50 seconds to go in the match. Garrett Lynn trying to get a takedown for a tech, and that's going to do it. That's 3 points, and that's going to be a tech fall. That's going to be 5 points for Tuttle on the team score side as we move on to 157 pounds. Colton Stevens. Colton Stevens of the Bluejays at 157 pounds. Going to be taking on Carter Kiji. Current dual score 39 for Tuttle, 0 for Guthrie. So far not able to get on the board. This powerhouse team in Tuttle, ranked number 1 in 4A by a landslide. Was in on a shot, but now it's been reversed. And Kiji is now in on a single leg on the left side, trying to turn that into a double. But Colton Stevens doing a great job using that length and getting his hips back. And Kiji's got him turned back around towards the center where he can get up and start driving. But now Stevens able to get him bellied out. He's got a cradle on the top side. He's got to keep his legs straight and long, though. Needs to keep his legs straight and long and not force this cradle. Kiji trying to come out for the single leg on the far side. And now he's got to square back up. Colton Stevens squares up, knocks him back down to a hip. And Kiji now hanging on for dear life as 3 points for Colton Stevens. And that's a takedown there, much needed. And Kiji able to almost get out. There he gets out. Peels hands and sits out to turn in. Double leg there by Kiji. In very deep. Colton Stevens just showing off this length. Is a lot to deal with. He's doing a great job here using that length. Kiji was in so deep on that takedown, and instead of sprawling, just threw his hips forward. Oh, and now he's got a cradle locked up on the inside. This is tight now. He's got Kiji in all kinds of trouble. That's a pin for Colton Stevens, and that's 6 points on the board for Guthrie. Stevens, crafty in there, did a great job. Just feeling that. Kiji was in so deep on that double leg, and Colton just throws his hips into him, gets him stuffed up, catches that cradle, and puts 6 much-needed points on the board for Guthrie. Moving up to 165 pounds. Cade Carey for the Bluejays. It's going to be taken on, Clayton Carey. I guess we're going to call him Maddox Witt. Again, folks, I apologize. No one's announcing these names, and I got too many on the sheet to know who's who. So we are going to call him Maddox Witt. And Clayton Carey for the Bluejays in on a single leg here on his right side. Changes that off to a double, steps over. He's got a belly down and square up. Once he does, he'll get his 3. Witt doing a good job hanging on to that inside leg, turning that into a switch. He turned that into a switch from a nearly had position. Well done there by Maddox Witt. I thought Carey had him dead to rights. Did a good job hanging on to that. Now Carey in a chicken wing and rolled up. That's not good at all. And now Carey in all kinds of trouble here. This is a tight chicken wing with 45 seconds left to go. And Cade Carey gives up the fall to Maddox Witt, and that is 6 more points for Tuttle. We're going to go on up to 175 pounds. Jimmy Whitner. For Tuttle, going to be taken on Levi Dennis of Guthrie. Underhook here on the left side by Whitner. Snap down, go behind. From that underhook, a very underutilized position a lot of times. Whitner did a good job there with that. Underhook on the left side, snap down on the right. Was able to put Levi Dennis all the way to his hands and then just hustle around. And now he's got a cradle hooked up on the far side. Dennis, hard to turn in a cradle. Fights these off well, but in trouble here. As Jimmy Whitner able to pull up that cradle, just took his time. Waited till he felt what he needed. Now he's got Levi Dennis in all kinds of trouble here with a minute to go in a very tight cradle. He's got the 4 near fall, but he does have his left elbow up off the mat. You can see his left elbow in between his legs, and that's what kept his shoulder up. Jimmy Whitner gets out of there with 4 more near fall. Levi Dennis now down 7-0 here against Tuttle's Jimmy Whitner. Got that inside bar arm and now trying to dig that hammerlock out. He's got 2-on-1, trying to pull that arm out on his back. Levi Dennis doing a good job laying down on that arm, but he's going to have to try to get to his base and get out here, or Whitner's going to keep going to work. Being tough here, keeping that arm. I mean, Whitner had 2-on-1 there, trying to pop that out. Whitner grabs a hold of that hand. He's going to pull it out. It's exactly what he did. He reached when he had wrist on wrist. He wasn't able to pull it out. But as soon as he switched over to that hand, he was able to pull it out because Levi was holding on to his own self with that hand. So he pulled it off and popped it out. But lucky for Levi, they ran out of time. And we move into the second period now. Choice goes to Tuttle. Whitner goes down. Levi Dennis and Guthrie on top, and we are back to action. Stand up by Whitner, gets right to his feet, peels hands, gets away. That's another point for Tuttle. And now he gets right back to that underhook. Scored from there in the first. Snap down. Underhook to a snap down. He scored with it earlier. He just did it there, didn't try to score, but there's the front headlock. Snaps it down, looks like he's going to try to go behind that cradle again. Got that crossface. He's got that cradle, and he gets 3 for the takedown. It's going to put him up 11-0. As Jimmy Whitner now in control of this match, Levi Dennis stuck on bottom, and now base is up. He's got to try to get out of there. Whitner now trying for a cradle on the inside. He's able to pull the head down, get the head in. He's got that leg. He's going to try to walk that leg up to the head. Doesn't have it locked up yet, but he's trying for it. Levi Dennis trying to get long, trying to get straight. Whitner walking that ankle. You see he's got that foot hooked. He's going to try to walk that foot up towards Levi Dennis's head, which will then bring Levi's knee close to his nose. And then once that happens, he'll be able to lock his hands and pick him near fall. And that's where he's at right here. Doesn't have it locked up well. He wasn't locked in the knee pit. Locking a cradle up through the crotch is hard to finish. If you can get your elbow pit in their knee pit, that's when a cradle works the best. But he did get 4 near fall, and he did get the tech fall. That's going to finish up that match. And that's going to be 5 more points for Tuttle. That's going to put them up 50-6 over the Bluejays. 175 pounds is a forfeit here. And we're going to go up to 190 pounds. Guthrie's Rowan McComb. is going to pick up a forfeit. That's going to be 6 more points for the Blue Jays. Looks like 250. Well, it looks like there was a forfeit at forfeit at 75, and then a forfeit at. No, Levi Dennis wrestled at 75, so there was a forfeit at 90, and then a forfeit at 215. So those two matches crossed each other out, and so now we're going to be wrestling at heavyweight, which will be the final match of this duel. And Sir William Morgan is going to be wrestling for the Blue Jays, and Jesse Olston of Tuttle is going to be wrestling for the Tigers. And this will be the final match of the evening for Guthrie. As it's been all Tuttle mostly tonight. This Tuttle Tigers team is very storied. They've won a run of state championships like nothing seen in the state of Oklahoma before, as they are ranked number 1 in 4A. Guthrie currently ranked number 6 in 5A. And Sir William Morgan with a nice snap down and go behind does a great job securing that 3-point takedown. Sir Will going to work on top here. Comes around behind and just lets him go. Jesse Olston with the escape. 27 seconds left to go. So Will acted like maybe he got into a little bit of trouble there, didn't like what he saw. And so he went ahead and let him go. And folks, I was wrong. It looks like our 106-pounders are warming up. So Uriah Sisk and Joe McCoy, I'm sorry, not Uriah, but Joel Landry. Nice takedown there by Sir Will. But it looks like we're going to have another 106-pound match after the heavyweights wrestle. First period, Sir William Morgan, 6-1 with 2 takedowns over Jesse Olston. Choice goes to Guthrie. They choose neutral. And we start this second period off. Now Olston charging forward here. Had an underhook on the right side, trying to pressure in. And Sir Will, heavy collar tie there. He's had a couple of nice shots to takedowns. He does a nice knee pick. He's got a nice double leg. Sir Will trying to figure out that offense. There's another shot by Sir. Missed that one. Olston able to shut that one down. Heavy collar tie there on the right. Snap down. Sir Will go behind. That's 3 points for Sir William Morgan. That's going to put him up 9-1. Sir Will looking good here in this matchup against Tuttle. Trying to work that power half, 57 seconds left to go as they get close to the out of bounds here. Referee's going to let them keep wrestling. They can wrestle all the way off the mat as long as there's a piece still inside that white circle. They're going to let them wrestle, unless maybe one of them goes off onto the hardwood there. Sir Will in control of this match so far. On top, he's got 3 takedowns. He's getting work on top. And Jesse Olston trying to figure out a way to get to his base, but stuck so far here on bottom. 20 seconds left to go. Sir Will staying on top, putting pressure. Olston just not able to get his hips up off the ground. Just kind of stuck here in this position. We're down under 5 seconds now. As this second period comes to a close, Sir William Morgan of Guthrie is up 9-1 over Jesse Olston of Tuttle. Choice goes to Tuttle, and Olston's going to pick top.
We go to the third period. Olston didn't have any success on his feet. Did not have much success from bottom. So he's going to try his hand on top. And Sir Will gets straight to his quad pod. Posts the knee, gets to his feet. Now gets the escape. That's going to earn him a point. That's going to put him up 10-1. Sir Will did a good job, just textbook. Quad pod, hand control and escape. Jesse Olston now going to have to look for something big if he's going to try to win this match. Takedown won't do it, near fall won't do it. He's going to have to get a pin. He's down by 9 with about 1:15 to go. He's going to have to make something big happen here. And Sir Will could just ride this out and get the win. Or obviously if he can get the takedown and try to finish up on top, that would be ideal. But either way, Sir Will doesn't need to take any risk. Jesse Olston is going to have to try to figure something out and go for something big if he's going to try to win this match. Snap down, Sir William Morgan, 3 more points. That's going to put Sir Will now up 13-1. And Olston now in all kinds of trouble. The clock in-house has quit running. So we're going to have to figure this out. We're going to give 45 seconds on the clock in-house. We'll chime that back up. It's Sir William Morgan in control here with 30 seconds to go. Up 13-1 over Jesse Olston. Looks like he's got a crossface and a far arm. He's going to try to, looks like he might try and run this barbed wire out around front with 15 seconds to go. Olston just tipped over. But now Sir Will lost that. Looks like we're going to finish this one up right here. 5 seconds to go. Sir William Morgan picks up a win. It's going to be a bonus point win, so that's 4 points for the Blue Jays. As we move now to 106 pounds, for Joel Landry of Guthrie. It's going to be taken on Joy McCrae of Tuttle. In what will be the final match of the night. Takedown here, Joel Landry right to a roll through tilt. Landry gets right to work. 3 points on the takedown, nothing for the near fall. Wasn't able to get any swipes. McCrae just rolled through with it. And there he goes again. Landry this time able to catch him. So he catches him in his hips, and that's what earns the points. Current scores. It's going to be 4 more points near fall for Landry. That's going to put him up 11-0 over Joy McCrae. Joel Landry with the takedown, several near fall in this first period. Coming down 25 seconds to go in this first. Got another tilt, but only got one count on that, so no points. And he rolls back through with this tilt. Landry's had a lot of success with this tilt this year. We've seen a lot of near fall come from him out of this little bar arm tilt. Transitions to a chicken wing now. To the half. He's going running back to the front now. Runs over that. And before the whistle blew, got two more near fall. It's going to put him up 13. He's up 13-0. And now with the takedown can get the tech fall, which would be 5 bonus points for the Blue Jays. And Joe McCray's going to have to come on with something here to try to get back in this match. If Landry's able to get a takedown, this match will be over. So Joe McCray's got to try to just get some type of a score here. There's a nice misdirection by Landry to his back. He can pick up the fall. That's going to be 6 for the Blue Jays. Big finish there by Joel Landry, but not going to be enough to get them within reach. Final score here, Guthrie Blue Jays. Guthrie Blue Jays 22, Tuttle Tigers 56. Blue Jays are going to fall to Tuttle tonight, but they picked up the win over El Reno earlier on tonight. It's been a quiet duel here tonight. It's been a quiet duel here. Guthrie fans traveled well. We had some fun online as well. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this duel. We are going to shut things down and head home. We're not going to stick around for this last duel. It's going to be a quick one, I am sure. But just want to thank you guys for tuning in as well. I want to give a shout out to the guys on the Guthrie News page. We've got another broadcast going on for the basketball homecoming at home. And thank Chris Evans for helping put together some graphics tonight so we can make this duel happen here at the last minute. Sorry for the slow start. It was a little bit of a challenge getting up here in these bleachers and getting things set up for you guys. So thanks for tuning in. I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsors for the Booster Club that have helped keep these guys on the road and active. Also want to thank my crew here tonight, Wyatt Silvis on the camera, as well as Wager Silvis over here on the score clock, who always does a good job. You guys saw me messing up there at the end. Wager had to run a quick errand, so I was not as good as him on this clock. So he's giving me a look like, did you mess up my job? Yes, I messed up your job, Wager. I'm sorry. So anyway, want to give a shout out to the CEO at home as well. Got to get home and take care of her. And we will be back in action next week. I believe the girls have a duel. District duels are coming up as well. So check out the Guthrie News page. We'll post things on Facebook, let you know when those duels will happen. And we will be back in touch soon. Want to say thanks to all of the fans for watching. Thanks for all of you at home. Thank you for Tuttle for being such a good host and letting us come set up here so that everyone could watch at home. And till we see you next time, go Blue Jays.